share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell, so you are notified when new videos drop. And I'm a bit of a peeved rabbi from another planet right now. Why am I a bit of a peeved rabbi from another planet? Because this is the second time I've recorded this video, right? Why am I recording it again? Did I do such a great job the first time? Actually, yes, if I may say so. Yes, brilliant. We're never going to see that again. I was just getting. I was about 35 minutes into it. I was just getting. I was basically turning around and like making my way for the trench run to finish up. Like I was like, okay, we're doing pretty good, and I was doing well. It was about 12:15 at the time. I like to take the dog on a walk at 12:30, right? Because I'm trying to train her not to be in the house, and if I can basically fit to that schedule, then she won't be in the house. So about 12, I'm doing great, right? The video's going to be recorded in a few minutes. I'm going to set up him into to have the file render. It'll be all good, and then while I walk the dog, fan-freaking-tastic! This is awesome, right? And I was going a bit later because you're going to see I put a ton of freaking work into this video and stuff I had to do for it. Anyway, just as I was wrapping up, there was a brownout for like a quarter of a second. And I forgot, I have a battery backup on my computer, so when the power flickers, my computer doesn't turn off. The power flickered, the battery backup's not working anymore, it's dead, I gotta get a new one. The power flickered, and the computer turned off and turned on again. I thought maybe the video file was saved, right? Maybe I've saved my work. Okay, so here's the stupidity of what I just did. I flushed away literally an hour, right now, a bit less. I flushed away an hour, and the computer rebooted. That takes freaking forever. Computer rebooted. I was like, is the file there? The file was still there, right? And also I said, oh, it's quite big. It's 650 meg. That's probably still going to work, right? Tried to play it with VLC player. Nah, not interested. So fine. I'm like, so then maybe I can repair the file. See, again, all the data seems to be there, right? So I look around it and you use VLC Player to repair it. Nah, wouldn't repair. Nothing doing. So then I found this piece of software, said try it for free. I'll try it for free. Why not, baby? I will try it for free. Okay, so I downloaded it. Still nothing. No. Then it says, oh, do you want to pick a sample file that we can work out, we can compare? So I'm like, okay. I did. So I had the file. I did like a 3-second file when I clicked the record button by mistake before I started. So I used that. And it worked! It worked! It recovered the file! And I said, okay, I want to save the file. He showed it. I had the full preview. Went to save it. Oh, no, you got to buy it now. Wait! What? I'm like, fine, I'll buy it. How much can it be? $50 for a year license? Piss off. So I'm recording it again. And I'm, okay. So, and I was late walking the freaking dog. By the time I was walking the dog, it was like 10 to 1. Already peed. Brilliant. Okay, fine. Okay, walked the dog, came back. It's now like 3 minutes in. It's 12:24. The afternoon service is at 2 o'clock, which I like to try and go to. Am I going to make it? I don't know. But this is the thing. You just got to remember when things are trying. Everything is. If you are a religious person like I am, you got to remember that everything is controlled by the good Lord. So you are exactly where the good Lord wants you to be. I guess He just wants me to deal with frustration. Really, look, God. You don't have to give me more frustration, okay? It's like, it's fine. I'm cool, but no, whatever. Fine, so anyway, so that's where we are, so I'm a bit peeved. Like, share, subscribe, that'd be fantastic. With that intro, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. We're going to be going over a bunch of new rumors that just dropped on Reddit about the rest of this season. Doctor Who Flux telling us where we're going. Who is Azor? Who is Swarmer? I don't really care, really. Who's the Division? All right? And again, I don't really care. But okay, although I have to tell you, this series of Doctor Who has been markedly superior to the extent that I believe that Chibnall's getting a bit of help from other people who can write, right? Because look, take the second episode for example, War of the Sontarans. Firstly, lots of Sontarans in it doing Sontaran-y things, firing laser beams and being Sontaran stuff. Okay, which is all kind of fun. So there's a lot of it. The trouble is though, And the reason why I'm never going to go back to these episodes, like I'm not buying the DVD Blu-rays, I'm never ever going to go back to them, is because there's just a couple of things that make it unwatchable. Firstly, it still has, even with the upped excitement content, it still has these insanely massive plot holes that you can fly a fleet of war TARDISes through. Like for example, again, what War of the Sontarans? You have the Sontarans. They all have to. Now they don't recharge anymore. Now they regas through their probic vent. Okay, whatever. But they all do it at the same time, leaving them completely vulnerable. Which is how they beat them. I was like, because obviously you can. It's just stupid. And then secondly, they're invading Earth, and you don't understand why. They're like, and they're invading Earth throughout several points in time, even though it does, and there's a few things contradict each other. There's just a lot. Look, I'll give you another example, right? The when the Doctor arrives in the Crimea or whatever, Dr. Karen arrives in the Crimea War. And she sees the Sontarans are the bad guys that they're fighting, which was a great cliffhanger, right? The cold opening really worked, okay? With another Doctor, that would have been great, which is, I think, a lot of this episode was like. And they said, well, how long the Sontarans been here? They thought they just arrived. No, they've always been here. That's a complete plot hole because I'm not going to go into detail. It just is. It's stupid. There may be explanations for plot holes, but it was not explained in the end. Apparently, although a bunch of people are complaining that the audio was messed up, I didn't have a problem with it. But although, again, I really wasn't paying that much rapt attention to it. I was taking notes, though. So I was paying pretty good attention to it. So you got that. You got all these massive plot holes. And then you got Jodie Whittaker, who, I don't know, just isn't up for it, right? I just don't. And maybe if she watched a story of each Doctor like Matt Smith did and really sat down and tried to find the authenticity in it for herself, and like found some depth in the role, right? Yeah. You know what she needs? She needs to be coached by Ted Lasso, which I'm really into right now, about halfway through that first season. But yeah, she needs to be coached by Ted Lasso on how to play the Doctor, with Chibnall writing like this and another person on staff to take out the plot holes, which were quite easy to do. And they did that from the first season. This would have been a very different story. But then again, there's a lot of extra things I'm adding in. Anyway, if I haven't said it yet so far, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are good. Thank you very much. Fine. Let's start talking about the rumors that come out for the rest of this season. Let's go over here. So I think I found a spoiler myself on my live stream on Sunday, I believe. IMDb lists episode 3 is Once Upon Time, and I think that's going to be a really bad episode. That's going to really scare a lot of people off. We're going to be looking at the ratings in a minute as well. Third episode is Once Upon a Time. Fourth episode, I think this might be breaking news, is Village of the Angels, according to IMDb. So fine, so here's the first Reddit leaks. We have the episode titles for episode 5 and 6. Episode 5 is The Day After Yesterday. Okay, there, Jim's got done. And How to Save a Universe. Now, I don't know if any of this is real, right? Look, there are crazy people out there who are fanatically devoted to this era of Doctor Who, and if they see it fail in any way, which objectively it has done, I mean, look at the ratings, they freak out. They absolutely freak out. And if they see anybody reporting rumors, they see anybody who doesn't like it, they go crazy. They go, actually, somebody pointed out the other day, it's always like the most innocuous people, like the nicest, sweetest people that make these like Twitterati go crazy, like Dean Cain. Seems like just a nice guy, Scott Baio, like just an all like, just a normal guy. No, they just make them absolutely insane. They just like, I don't know, but and also Noel from the TARDIS Zone, which is where these rumors come from. See, this is the trouble with re-recording a video. I got to remember the important things I had said in the last one to repeat this one. All these rumors come from the TARDIS Zone. That's not Noel's channel. I think, and I tell you, the Twitter crazers, they hate Noel. Like, they hate Noel with every fiber of their being. And whenever he gives rumors, he says, this is just rumor and speculation. I even said it I got a slightly Irish accent coming when I say it, because he says it so. It's just rumor and speculation, right? Rumor, and they're like, no, you said it happened. So I lean into it. I go, yeah, Oh, this is true. 100%. Well, we're going to find out in a couple of weeks, aren't we? If they're true. So, yeah, these are apparently the episode titles for episodes 5 and 6. But what, pray tell, are going to be the contents of these episodes? By the way, before I show you that, somebody posted this the other day. It's from the BFI Galaxy 4 thing. Man, look, I'm buying it, okay? I'm buying the bloody episode. But it looks very bad, doesn't it? I mean, I'm glad it's Galaxy 4, which is an episode the story I didn't really like that much. But it doesn't look very good. And I'm just kind of biding my time for another 10, 15 years when there's another leap in technology and they'll be able to perfectly recreate like the lost episodes, like make 3D models of the actors and put them inside a studio and have the I could maybe they'll probably be able to totally recreate it. So yeah, look, this is pretty much a stopgap. You know what it's like? It's a stopgap. You know what it's like? If you go and look at the remastered Red Dwarf seasons 1 and 2, they're equally awful, right? They're equally awful now. It needs to be remastered, right? But the same thing, I reckon these. But anyway, I digress. Let's look at the rumors again. Noel from the Data Zone. That's where it came to. So it starts off. It's true. I'm the guy who leaked the Scottish Sontaran a month ago. Well, I didn't even know the Sontaran was. Is he Scottish? I guess he is kind of Scottish. I really didn't. I didn't notice. Okay, I didn't notice. So his first thing he says over there, or her first thing is, the series ends with the Doctor going to ancient Gallifrey, which now this is, look, this is pretty much a safe bet, really, isn't it? It's like, there's this, if you're a student of history, if you're a student of theology and history, go and look up the 7 Wonders of Jewish History. It's like an hour-long class. The best person who gave it over, I think, is a guy called Monty Berger. But its basic premise is that you can have you can predict you can have like a unique group of people, or you can have a predictable group of people. You don't have both. And the 7 Wonders of Jewish History was like 7 things in Jewish history that was both unique and unpredictable, right? So unique and both unique and predicted. So listen, it's very predictable it's going to end up on ancient Gallifrey. It's clearly where they're going with the whole timeless child thing. And that this room's been around before. Teaming up with Ruth. Again, it's if he's making up, it's a safe bet. Or if it's real, it could go either way. And the Flux being counteracted with regeneration energy, which sends the Flux into its own universe, destroying it, and the Hell Priest. I don't know who the Hell Priest is. Okay, I don't know. Fine. So that's the denouement. Sounds reasonable. Sounds like what it could be. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're gonna beat it some way or another, I assume. You know, it's just what it does. So fine. So Swarm is who is Swarm? And Swarm, freaking great villain. Okay, it's another thing that's made this season not good, but not awful. Not like I want to claw my eyes out. And by the way, I want to tell you, if you like this era, God bless you. I'm happy that you like it. I really am. And if you're liking this season, if you haven't liked this era so far and you're liking this season, great. I'm really happy. Okay? Genuinely. I like people who love the fanatical fans of this era find people not liking it as a personal sort of them. No, it's just you're from a weirdo generation that can't coexist with people who have any form of different thought to you, right? That's all it is. Right? All it is you're a weirdo. Fine. So let's see who Swarm is. Swarm is an interdimensional being who uses Flux. Uses the Flux to destroy Swarm universes, which he uses to harvest time energy, harness time energy and survive. So he eats time energy. And I was just saying how much I really liked Swarm and Azure. I would have loved to see them against Capaldi, right? I love the. Who's the actor in it? But he's really good. He basically sounds like Lawrence Fox to me, right? He's very fruity. I think very English, very fruity. I think the design of him is a bit stupid. I think they look like refugees from Terrorhawks. I mean, I really do. But like the real played with real genuine class and malice, right? So I would have loved to have seen him against Capaldi. But again, I can't go back to it because plot holes to Jodie Whittaker. So Swarm is an international being who uses Flux energy to destroy. So he eats time energy. Hence his name. His official title is the Icon. Now it sounds like a Chibnall title that he would give somebody. The Icon. The Doctor is his offspring, but okay, so that's interesting. So now so the reason why Timeless Children was so universally hated, and I don't actually think that was the lowest point of Doctor Who. Like for me, that was Can You Hear Me and Orphan 55 in Praxis. You know, like or Can You Hear Me, especially with the socially awkward line. That was like the worst moment. Everything after that wasn't really Doctor Who for me. I think it decanonizes that it was so freaking bad. But the reason it really didn't work is not that it kind of fitted in and expanded on the Doctor's what we knew about the Doctor and it's something really interesting, different, which is kind of what was the Cartmel master plan, which we're going to be talking about again soon. And the War Doctor, it didn't add to anything, and without the depiction of Gallifrey in Deadly Assassin. Okay, it didn't contradict. But it added great areas of depth and dimension, which I really enjoyed. Okay, so but the Timeless Children, it just erases it and starts again. So now the Doctor is the daughter, the offspring of Swarm, and I'm assuming is Azur his sister, or is it his wife? I don't know. I'm assuming sister. Did he say sister? Oh, I'm just assuming that because they really do look like Terrorhawk monsters to me. So fine. The Doctor's now the daughter of this, but she chose a different path and birthed regeneration energy in a universe that has swarm energy, which is the Flux. So here's that. So is it that whenever he wants to eat a universe's time, that he has an offspring that then birthed the Flux into that universe? And the Doctor is just like, no, icky thump, not gonna do the not gonna do the Flux. I'm gonna do regeneration instead, and that could be. Or he could have just escaped from whatever. Or is it like really his only daughter? It's like it doesn't really work. It's like it was not enough time. Just like the rest of the season, not enough time spent on setup and goes too quickly for the payoff. It just didn't really work. And having the remnants, those rags, mention the Timeless Child, and that's the only thing in Series 11 isn't enough of a setup, right? You should have taken us to it. Like, if you want to see how to set up, go and look at Matt Smith's first season when you got to the end of that season and there was a bunch of questions you still had and a bunch of answers, right? You had one question that you didn't really care about at the end of season 11. So that's what the Doctor and the Flux is, and Swarm and Azur. So in the finale, how do the Weeping Angels tie in? In the finale, he compares creation to a chessboard where the Weeping Angels are pawns to harvest energy. Well, makes sense because the time energy also feels very Chibnall-y, right? To like stand on the shoulders of people greater than you. It feels very like and add an extra thing on, right, to make it work. But so they're the pawns, whereas and his sister, Azor, the sister, are the king and queen. So there you go. You got okay. That's they're like super angels. Again, it just feels very Chibnall-y to me. Right, so now the division was established to ensure the secrecy of the Timeless Child and the relationship with the Forbidden Realm. I guess that's where Swarm comes from, right? I guess that's where he comes from. So they imprison the leader using his own technology, and he gets out, brings Flux to the universe, and the Timeless Child now resides. So I don't know. Maybe there's a whole bunch more stuff we're going to learn about the Timeless Child and the Flux. They decided they had to. The ancient Gallifreyans know what it is. They got to keep it secret. They're hiding it from the. You've also got this temple, which clearly he knows about. Temple of Anthropopus or whatever it's called. I don't know. Or the planet Time. God, it's all so crap. It really is. I'm sorry. The angels are from a Forbidden Realm, and all of them are controlled by Swarm. Fine. So okay. So that's. We'll know in a couple of weeks. We'll know if it's true in a couple of weeks. And then it ends with a cliffhanger, which contradicts the last set of rumors we had. The last set of rumors said this is a standalone story and will have no connection to the specials. Whereas this one says Flux and episode 6 cliffhanger ending is Davros appearing in the console room asking the Doctor to kill all Daleks. That's a good cliffhanger. If that happens, that's a good cliffhanger, which is why I think he's got writers like Russell Lee Davis or Stephen Moffat or something. Like, maybe they had dinner together and he's just helping out. Like, it's not a formal thing, right? This all feels real to me, right? And I think Russell Lee Davis just wants it to come out to be good, because I get, if it works out well, I think he does stand to make a mint on his new one. Fine. So there you go. So that's all the rumors. But here, let's before we get rid of that, let's start looking at the ratings. Right. Let's start looking at the ratings. Now we've got enough data points that we can actually do, I think, a reasonable projection. So we'll start over here with the ratings. So first week 4.43 overnight. That was the lowest season opener. I think since Battlefield, right? I think for quite some time. Now the consolidated ratings of people who watch on iPlayer, which is kind of bullshit, really, because they call a 2-minute view a full view. I would love to know what the real data is, wouldn't you? I would love to know what the real data is. That came up to 5.69, and then the +4 screen, which is bullshit beyond bullshit, right? The +4 screen is total bullshit. It's people watching on phones and like whatever. Added on another 100,000, making it 5.79, right? With a crippling AI of 76. AI is the appreciation index, how much the audience liked it. So to put that in context for you, out of the 40 Capaldi episodes, one, I think, dropped below 80, right? So out of the 24 Jodie episodes, 9 have dropped below 80, and 76 being one of the lowest ones, right? So, really the tragedy of this season is they put a ton of work in, and they stepped up a lot in a lot of it, which is actually what they did with season 12 from season 11. They really did. Maybe if they stayed on and did Doctor Who for the next, 20 years, we might get a decent story. I don't know. They massively stepped it up. But sadly, I think it's too little too late. So we see the AI is 76. The last time we saw AI is that low was the beginning of the Chris episode run. Now, why was it so low? Was the quality as low as this? No. It's the British public need to be trained that they like something or they don't like something, right? So it took a few weeks for Doctor Who to come back and the British public go, oh, we like it! Yay! Right? Up until then, people would just say, whatever, 76. So it's... but now they've been trained that they don't like it by the last few years of Whittaker and Chibnall, which is a shame. Because now I don't think they're coming back, right? I think the BBC in general have scared away a lot of viewers, So anyway, 76. So then the next week they had an 11% drop, over the overnight, making 3.96. So I think it's fair to say there'll be minimally an 11% drop on the consolidated and +4 screen ratings as well. Probably more. I mean, unless here's the thing: you get to see how popular the show is by how much of a bump it gets the week afterwards on iPlayer. If it's not popular, it gets a low bump. It gets like a million 2 bump, right? If it is popular, it gets like a 3-4 million bump. If the bump is higher, which we should find out pretty soon. Let's refresh this page, see if it'll tell us. It's Wednesday today, so if they normally come, it should be out by now. No, it's still not out yet. So if the bump is higher, it means that it's worked better. But I think it's probably going to be about the same. Brilliant. So I think so. With that, we can plot a reasonable course on what's going to happen with the ratings. Listen, a reasonable course. So here, let's first look at this new chart. This is what I spent a bunch of time working on today. This is the season 11 to 13 rate. This is the entire Jodie Whittaker era. Everything in red is projected, but you can see the general nosedive, like a direction it's going in, and you see that out here. If we go over here. You see, after an initial big decline, then it settles into what the regular decline of the rest of the season is, which is less steep, right? So basically, with 2 episodes, you get a rough idea, and so they had a bump again for resolution, and then you see it's a similar pattern played next year, season 11, where you got the general slump. Then Captain Jack brought it back, right? Captain Jack is that little peak over here. So Captain Jack brought it back, but that kind of was gone. And then people hated the Timeless Children. Timeless Children gave it the lowest consolidated ratings of all time. Then Christian was very happy about Corona because it gave them a nice bump right back up to 635. They were 5.79 for the season opener. I think 515. Now we have the overnight is a reasonable. That's a pretty reasonable prediction. And seeing that seeing that rate of descent, I don't think we're really going to see it stop. So here, let's put it over here so we can see it more clearly. So this is 11 and 12. Zoom in over here. Right. So I think 515 is reasonable. But yeah, listen, it keeps up the rate of decline then by episode 4, which I think is good. No, this is episode 3, right? Episode 3. Episode 3 is 515, I think. So episode 4, which will be Village of which will be Village of the Angels. Village of the Angels. We're looking at all-time lows at 4.58. 4.69 is the lowest it's ever gone. And then if it keeps up that rate of decline, it goes to 4.08, 3.63, 3.23. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to erase my prediction, right? I'm going to map the real course over my prediction, see if I was right or wrong, see if it's better or worse. We're going to find out, right? We'll find out how bad it goes. I don't think this is going to be so far off. I think there's a reasonable argument to be made that around the 4.5 to 5 million mark is the basement for this Doctor Who. Maybe it is. Again, we're going to find out in a few weeks, aren't we? It's not that long to go. So there you go. That's a bit of a reasonable ratings dive. Let's go back over into what we think is going to come up. So first, we've done the spoilers. So let's look at this from Radio Times. Is Doctor Who adapting a lost Longbarrow story for Jodie Whittaker? Could be. That makes a lot. I think they'll probably take elements of it, right? I think they will take elements of Longbarrow, because they kind of took elements of the Cartmel Master Man. It's been compared to it, even though it's completely different. And now Edward Cartmel is just like, no, this is stupid. It got nothing to do with me. But that was the first thing I thought, because at the beginning of episode 2, the Warrants of Tars, after the Flux has eat the TARDIS. I always wondered what it will feel like. The end of the universe. That's the word. Oh, God, she's so bad. And if you like her, I'm sorry. I'm not being a dick. Well, I'm being a bit of a dick. But I'm not being purposely dickish, okay? She wakes up in a black and white sequence, and we see her. That's a better picture of it. We see this like weird floating house. Now, is this Longbarrow? Could be. They're comparing it to a picture that James. I thought I had turned on the browser. That's better, right? Let's look at this. There you see. Now it makes sense. This picture over here, Longbarrow. It looks like it to me. So this is a picture of. Can I make this bigger? You think if I click on this? It's thinking about it. Opening up. Fine. So this is a picture of Longbarrow for that Daryl Joyce did from the ebook they had on an old version of the BBC website, and I kind of hear it. It's kind of similar. It's kind of got a similar vibe going to it. So I wouldn't be shocked if they're going somewhere similar with that. Screen Rat, however, says that Doctor Who Time Runs Round hints at the Doctor's forgotten past. How? Right? I think this is where the power cut out last time. So I never got to find out. Okay, so let's read this article. Why Doctor Who's Time Run Round hints at the Doctor's forgotten past. Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 3 is called Once Upon Time. Now, this is the one that was rumoured about 8 months ago to be incomprehensible, that nobody understood what the hell's going on. With time apparently set to run round, this could mean viewers relive. Could this mean the Doctor relives the Doctor's past? Could be. I mean, listen, I think the Cybermen were in it are in a contemporary setting. That seemed to be the doggy spaceship that he was on. Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 3 promises to be, see, Time Run Wild! Whoa. As it could well reveal the Doctor's forgotten past. I don't think so. I think we're going to get hints and mysteries, but I don't think so. The BBC is being remarkably secret about Doctor Who Flux. Yeah, they bitch about like, and it's not the BBC. That's Chibnall being very bad at marketing, right? Very bad at marketing. So with marketing holding back a lot of major details that aren't necessarily as revelatory as they seem to think. Even the title of Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 3 was held back for an unusually long time as it was thought to be a major spoiler. No, it's not! It only makes sense when you see the cliffhanger. Ironically, it was only when the second episode had aired, the title made any form of sense whatsoever. Yeah, you're not giving anything away. I mean, listen, cheers, mate. Nobody's waiting with bated breath to see what you're going to do, right? I mean, I am, because I want to take the piss out of it. But generally speaking, nobody's doing that. According to the BBC, Doctor Who Flux Episode 3 is called Once Upon Time. The official synopsis teases that time is beginning to run wild before continuing. On a planet that shouldn't exist in the aftermath of apocalypse, the Doctor, Dan, Yaz, and Vinda face a battle to survive. So it sounds like a kind of like temporal matrixy type of episode to me. That's what I think is going on with it. And we're going to be, I think we'll see lots of different flashbacky things. I think it'll make sense to Doctor Who fans, apart from the plot holes, but I don't think it's going to make sense to normies. I think this is the episode when they're going to lose the normies. This makes a lot more sense than like the second episode, which the Doctor and her friends travel to the temple of Atropos on the planet Time. Oh shit, planet Time. A world what happens if species don't speak English? So planet Time, where a world the Doctor was convinced shouldn't exist. Presumably, the Doctor and her new fam are stranded there after Flux Episode 2 a cliffhanger. Maybe I think they're more reliving time. So what we have going on is they're kind of like on this temple. There are these people there who are holograms. They're appearing, disappearing. That's what they look like. There are buffers for time to stop time running wild. 2 of these buffers are burnt out. And so they replace the buffer with the duffer. Bit of Yaz action thrown in there for good measure. And she's going to be one of the buffers stopping time run wild. So she's going to have all the time ripped through her. That was the cliffhanger. The season's main villains are the mysterious Swarm and Azure. Very good, okay? Yeah, good casting. I think that's really what the main thing is. Good casting. And they're chewing the scenery up. I do like that. Who have also confirmed they fought the Doctor across time and space. It's such a cliche, isn't it? It's such an incredible cliche. It's everything that he said he hated about Eater's Doctor Who. But her memories of the conflict have been completely erased. Crucially, Swarm has already revealed he attacked the planet Time once before, initiating a universal catastrophe that causes conflict with the Doctor. The villains are ultimately defeated, and afterwards Swarm is imprisoned for all time by the secret group known as the Division. We don't know that. No. We know that it's they look like the Division. They are carrying Division guns. I don't think they ever reference them as a Division on screen, and it's I think you're filling in gaps in the plot, essentially. Only to break free and return to his old tricks with Azure. I don't remember where Azure was. Was she in prison too? As fascinating as this backstory might be, I bet you it's not. This could lead to one of showrunner season writer Christian was trademark moments of excessive exposition. But the title of Once Upon a Time hints that Chibnall will be taking a different approach, showing rather than telling. Well, yeah, it's good. It's good not to screw up all your life. The cliffhanger ending of Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 2 saw Swarm snap his fingers and unleash the force of time itself in the Temple of Atropos. apparently causing time to run wild. Trailers for episode 3 are odd because their characters are apparently flicking in and out of existence over bodies of other people. It's possible that these are meant to. This means that time runs wild, and and their consciousness have been thrust back in time, cohabiting with bodies. You were? What about a bit of cohabiting with bodies? It really doesn't really take me much to have a knob gag. I don't need much prodding. Cohabiting bodies that who were on time during the first temporal catastrophe. You're pulling a lot out of this. Given the Doctor was actually part of the initial confrontation with Swarm, which I think, if you've seen the picture, she's wearing a darker jacket in it. I think that's probably what it's going to be. She's going to be a mental prediction of who the Doctor was back then. She's just seeing herself with a different coloured jacket, I think. She could find herself possessing her own body. This would mean the Doctor learns her own forgotten past by living in. A neat solution to the potential exposition problem. It would be, and again, I think maybe he got some help. It would further explain shots in the trailer of the Doctor found carrying guns, given Joe Martin's forgotten Doctor had already proved pre-Hartnell Doctors weren't so opposed to guns. If she was a pre-Hartnell Doctor, again, you're reading a lot into this. What's more, the time travelers could find themselves reliving moments from one another's lives as well, revealing Vinder's hidden backstory. It's not hidden, we haven't told anyone. It's like the strange shots of Dan and Liverpool. Yaz in police uniform. I didn't even know she was in police uniform. And the Doctor and Yaz playing computer games. And Yaz, by the way, I just had this video. Are you watching all those videos on Twitter and Facebook and everything of like Australian cops coming to arrest people for breathing? They're being totalitarian police. They always strike me as Yaz, right? They've always got me that kind of like sort of dopey expression that Yaz has. The interesting question is whether Doctor and her fan will be observers, or whether instead they'll find themselves literally reliving the past, able to change it. I doubt. Who knows? But I do think there's going to be a lot of like past reliving stuff, and the Cybermen are happening in whatever that present day place is. The latter would be a better approach, more exciting from a narrative point of view. And curiously, there's already some evidence to suggest that will be the case. And Doctor Who Season 13, Episode 2, Swarm suggests that he and Yaz had met one another out of sequence. Really? I don't remember that. Time running well could mean he becomes aware of the 13th Doctor, Yaz and Dan Vinder, simply because he encounters them billions of years ago in his own personal time. But it's a bit timey. Who knows? Could be. What else do we have to say? So Doctor Who fans think they've worked out about Jacob Ands and Vinder. Nobody cares. There's probably be a couple of tweets. So from Whovians Unite. Jonah's expression is one of my absolute favourites. Really? Favourite part of a Doctor. Really? Whatever. Joda's expressions are one of my absolute favourite parts of her Doctor. Do you like the rest of Doctor Who? Really? You like the gurning? Ishiro. She has such an erratic reaction. No, she doesn't. She has sad puppy. She has like sad kid, ooh, or she has like a grinning a CBB presenter. That's better. Or she has furrowed brow. That's it. That's her 3 settings. Fine. Cheers. It's truly amazing. Love seeing her. Her shock at the Sontarans. I need to make contact with my home planet. But where is your home planet, Vinder? Chibnall is such a tease. I'm becoming increasingly confident it's Gallifrey. Yeah, could be, I guess. The prediction Vinder and Skullface work for the division, and the clothes are almost the same. Yeah, I guess. Maybe they're just the same designer. But yeah, you do see they have the division guns. Who knows? Who or dares to dream? Final thing we're going to look at, a little bit more of Lydia West. Now, Lydia West is touted to be the next Doctor, as is... I'm not even going to bother reading this out. Lydia West is touted to be the next Doctor. She was in It's a Sin. Also, the black guy in it. I was going to say the black gay guy in it, but really? I mean, isn't that a bit redundant? I can't remember his name. I think he'll be pretty good. So, who knows what Russell D. Davies is going to do for his season of Doctor Who, right? is it going to be more of the same, or is it going to be back to basics, or is it going to be somewhere in between? So a lot of people are saying, listen, he's drunk the Kool-Aid, he's going to be doing more of the same. But I'm still optimistic, even if that's the case. And the reason I'm optimistic is because of Mark Miller. Mark Miller is a comic book writer. He's actually a very good comic book writer. So the current group of comic book writers are unbelievably bad. There was a bunch of tweets recently about how they have no internal monologue. And what they write in scripts is basically what they're doing in their lives. They have no imagination. So the first of these books was by the person called Mags Versaggio, who did this book called Kim and Kim, which is about two stunning and brave transy lesbians in space, I think, right? Or something along those lines. So, and it was garbage. It was absolute garbage. I think, is that the Vagrant Queen? Is it, I can't remember. Is that the one they sold to the Sci-Fi Channel for like half a season? So you got that going on. And then this real comic book writer, Mark Miller, who's done a lot of very good stuff. He wanted to do something. He took the exact same premise and to see what type of comic he would do with it. And it was really good, right? It was actually very, very, very good. So if Russell T Davies is going to do more of the same, I think it's going to be something like that. I think it's going to be to prove the concept itself isn't flawed, just the boneheaded application of it. So will Lydia West be the top? Who knows? Who knows? I don't think anybody's going to know until Jodie bows out or comes close to bowing out, or at least until next year. I doubt he's even cast anybody yet. Again, who knows or dares to dream. So there you go, bit of Rumour Patrol for you, let you know everything that's going on. Look at the ratings. Please like, share, subscribe. Oh my god, and I miss the afternoon service. Now I've got to go to like the 4:30 one. That's a pain in the ass. That is a big pain in the ass. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi of another planet. Like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell, comment, all those good things, and have yourself a fantastic day.